Welcome back to Pinterest for Authors and Educators, Setting It Up for Success. Hi, I'm Bonnie Costan. I am an award-winning children's book author, and I would like to bring to you this series on how I am using Pinterest. Today's episode is boards. What are Pinterest boards? How do we use them? How do we find the keywords for the boards? And how are they created? If this is an interest to you, please like, share, and subscribe, and we're going to get into it right now. So what is a Pinterest board? A Pinterest board is where like pins live. People that are searching for them can find them more easily if they are grouped together, like keywords and topics. For example, if someone should have lesson plans, if a teacher would have lesson plans, they would have all their lesson plans in that folder, all their pins going to their lesson plans. But it's a little bit deeper than that. It would be best to name it, instead of lesson plans, math lesson plans for kindergarten through first grade. That is a more specific, what they call long tail keyword, because it's more descriptive, saying what is in there. I have a board that says children's books to love, and I realized that was the wrong title because I have subboards. I had so many pins that belong in there that go to speak to each one of my books, that I should break it up and be more specific. If a person is looking for social and emotional books, then my Kendra New Shoes could be in there, about donating, compassion, and giving back. I have a subboard that says teaching kids kindness and compassion, and I have Kendra's book in there when it should be social emotional learning book or social skills. So be more specific when you're naming your boards. All right, so today I want to make a new board for my Pinterest YouTube video series. I need to find the best name that people are searching for. So what better way to do that than to go onto Pinterest itself? So here we are on my Pinterest board. I'm going to go to the search bar here, and I'm going to type in Pinterest and enter. And see how it says your pins? I'm going to change it to all pins. And here we have boards that pop up for Pinterest. How to grow Pinterest traffic, Pinterest boards private, 10 times your Pinterest traffic. So this is not specific enough. So we need to look on the drop-down bar. Okay, Pinterest marketing. Let's click that. And then now we have Pinterest marketing. Pinterest marketing strategies for more traffic. What is Pinterest marketing? Mastering Pinterest marketing. We could also find better board names by going across the top of the bar here. Pinterest marketing strategy, Pinterest marketing manager, tips. But my Pinterest YouTube series is Pinterest for Authors and Educators, Setting It Up for Success. So setting it up is beginning. So I looked, here it is for beginners. So let's do Pinterest marketing for beginners. And then I can make pins for my YouTube videos and shorts and aim it towards there so people can find my YouTube, which will find my website and my books and hopefully sell more books, which is a goal. All right, so now we know we would like Pinterest marketing for beginners. So let's go over to Canva and make the board cover, download it to the computer, and upload it into Pinterest. And I will show you how to create that board on Pinterest. I was going to show you on Canva how to make a Pinterest board cover, but Canva would not cooperate for me. So the dimensions of the Pinterest board cover is 1080 by 1080 pixels. You use your brand colors, font. You could either use your logo or an icon that goes with your Pinterest board. Once you create the board cover, you download it to your computer and then you upload it onto Pinterest. Now we are back on Pinterest and we're going to hit saved. We are going to create a board. And we want to name this board Pinterest. If I could spell it. Marketing for beginners. I do not want to keep this board secret, so we're going to keep it like it is. And then we just hit create. If you wanted to, you could save some pins to that board that they suggest, but I just want to pin my pins to the board. So it says there aren't any pins. Create a pin, add a section. You don't want to do either of those. I'm going to click these three dots right here and I'm going to edit the board. So what is this board all about? This is about setting up a business Pinterest. Oops, let's capitalize that. Account for success. Okay, so we're setting up a business Pinterest account for success. Pinterest marketing for beginners. I don't like that. So setting up a business Pinterest account for success. How about setting up a Pinterest business account the right way with SEO, titles, and descriptions. And we can tweak that later, but for right now, that's what I'm going to do, what I am going to put on there. Personalization, show pins, yes. And we're not going to collaborate. Collaborating is if I wanted to collaborate with another author on a book giveaway or a promotion or something, then we can both put pins on that. But this is just plain and simple. So I'm going to hit done. All right, there we go. So we don't have any pins there. All right, so I'm going to hit this create a pin or add a section. We're going to create a pin. We're going to hit idea pin. And this is where we're going to upload our Pinterest Marketing for Beginners board. Pinterest Marketing for beginners. English. Now we're going to go back to saved. And there we are, Pinterest Marketing for Beginners. English. Okay, so I am back on my Pinterest board. Here is Pinterest Marketing for Beginners. I'm going to click on these three dots and hit Edit Board. And see how it has the board cover here? You get that by clicking this Edit button, and you can change the board cover. So I'm going to click on that and hit Done. Now on this editing board, edit your board, you're going to make sure you have your name, the description, your name and description on there, and you're going to hit Done. What I want to show you is coming down over here and clicking this Edit button on it. This is where you edit the pin. So your pin cover, your pin board cover is actually a pin. And when you put it on Pinterest, you want to make sure it has the title, the description, and where it is pointing to, this link. This link is very, very important. You want it to go to where the pin is, what the pin is supposed to be for, whether it's to your blog or your website or your book or your lesson plan. You want to have the URL link in there for that. You want to make sure it's hooked or sent to the right correct board. Pinterest is a search engine, and Pinterest has AI that crawls all over your pins. That is why you need to have your title and your description all set up correctly. The more cohesive and uniform it is, the better. And then you're going to hit save. On this Pinterest board, I added 2 of my other pins to it that I had. Next week is pins, on how to make your pins stand out and what to do with them. All right. I hope you found this useful, and I'm so sorry if this was all discombobulated, but I'm 59 years old learning this YouTube stuff. All right. You have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next week. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.